Everybody, it is the 4th of July weekend. We have got a ton of boats out here. We just came out. We're into Commencement Bay. Pretty choppy out here. Just wanted to give you a look. There will be an air show tomorrow night. So far we got the wind on our nose. We're gonna head over to Port Orchard, see what's shaking over there, and gonna go from here. This is just a look from the back side of the cockpit, just because it is so choppy and so many boats are out there. Heard on the radio one of our other compadres is out here, Ranger Rick. That's Darren and his wife. They'll be making the big left the same time we are. But a few boats out here. The sun is shining. As you can tell, the wind is blowing. This powerboat likes to really come in right behind us. So I'll give you a little more. We heard the orcas were out here playing, so I wanted to get the GoPro ready, just in case we happen to see them. Okay, so just a look from the inside, out, without the wind noise, even though you have the motor noise. This is our view of people coming out here to play and do whatever. Our new Garmin is on board. We just don't have the nav pod that hopefully will fit right here where the old one went. So right now it's just kind of sitting loosely up here. But nice display. So you can tell our rock and roll. Probably gonna have that the rest of the weekend, right?
Absolutely. It's a busy weekend out here, and it's nice. Not as hot, and it's not raining, so it's gonna be a busy weekend.
So, as you can see, we went from a cluster nest, saying it nicely, of boats, to this. And, as you can tell by the water, no wind again. I think the odds are against us, it being a sailing vessel, and it wants us to be a motor vessel, because there is absolutely no wind here. No reason to throw them up. Not going to get any help with the wind. But as I look at the sky back here, and I'm just going to kind of focus here, there is an air show today and tomorrow for the 4th of July. And we have had 3 jets out here playing around. So I was hoping I might be able to catch some. The reported orcas, there they are. If you can see them up there playing, all 3 of them. Not the orcas, the airplanes, the jets. But the orcas, as reported earlier, have not shown their heads to us, or their backs, or their tails, or anything. Right between the arch and the dinghy, clear in the distance now, is where they're going. So we are getting farther and farther away from where they are, but they do make a pretty wide swath. You can see in the sky some of their loop-de-loo chemtrails that they've left, just going away over the tip of the island. What island is that? Captain, what island is that?
I don't know.
It's an island. He's not annoying at this point. But anyway, it's just pretty quiet out here now. If anything else gets exciting, we'll let you know. Well, this is probably as close as we're going to come to the orcas right now. So I thought I'd give you a view. A couple of big power boats going by, making a wake for them. They are having fun. That's what this is all about. This is the life. Having fun.
Having fun.
So you might see these poles we have here. Right to there. And we have one over there. Both forward of the boarding gate. And what those are for is the sunshade we now have that'll go across here. I will get a picture of that now that we've got it figured out and how it goes up. But rather than take those down, put them up, take them down, I'm not going to store those. So they're going to stay up. They're 1-inch stainless tubing. Not tubing. They'll hook on here. And it hooks on the back of the boom, goes over to there, and then it hooks on the arch behind me. But it's got rubber tip on the bottom, and we just zip tied it to the stanchion. And they seem to do a pretty darn good job. 1-inch stainless steel tubing. And then the other day, our awesome custom designer Keith from Custom Boat Rails, who's done our arch and a bunch of other stainless steel work here on the boat, the bow, the arch, some other things. He's doing some grab rails for me down below so that when I'm underway I can buckle into those and have my safety harness on and have a little bit more secure area while we're underway, myself or Rick, and be just a little safer that way. But when he came the other day, he said, "Hey, look what I found." And you may not be able to see it clearly, but let me show you. So we've been talking about getting another boarding ladder, and he came up with this one. Said, "I found it in my shop. If it works for you guys, you can have it." So it's just one that hangs over the gunnels, drops down, hits just about water level. Should be fine, just to at least be able to grab onto if you've fallen in the water or you're in the water. And the swim platform is not down, which is actually that. When we fold that down, and it'll help you at least get on. We have the wooden boarding ladder, which is that one, and we just take it off when we're underway. But we also installed this little ladder, this little baby, and what it will do when the swim platform's down, we can roll this down over the stern of the boat, and then we have a way to get onto the boat a little easier from the swim platform than we ever had before. So it's a tiny little thing. It works great. I can still open this aft lazarette where the life raft is. I can still get this life raft off in an emergency. And so I think we're getting things set. Don't know if you noticed that we now have a man overboard flag. It goes all the way up. The flag is protected in that white tube up there. And it goes clear down onto my backstay. So what this will do is, should someone fall overboard, there's a pin right here that you pull, and I can get this flag out. I will unstrap it from here because that's the easiest way to hold it onto my backstay. And you throw this thing overboard like a harpoon, best word I could say. And the flag will deploy. There is, on the back side here, where you can't really see it. See if I can turn this a little bit. We're underway out here, by the way. I'm talking to you while we're underway. But there's this little groove right here. And in that groove, attached to this line, is a strap that you can grab a hold of if you can get to this man overboard buoy, which will be above the water, floating, and stands straight up. And the flag's at the top. Obviously, some of you boaters have seen them, especially if you're offshore like we're going to be. Good to have to mark somebody overboard, man overboard. So just one more thing to try to keep us safe, be thoughtful, and a little more secure on things that could happen out there on the big ocean. And cleaned up the deck. Fenders are now, and fender holders on the side rails. I've got a new grappling hook, not only for my fish, but to maybe grab anything or anybody in the water. A little bit more secure than trying to grab your boat hook, because the boat hooks don't have, mine seems to be caught right now. Oh, I see why. I see why, my boat hook. So they aren't very pointy. You can grab things and try to hold them here, but you got to get the right angles around these to make it work. Works great for docking. I don't particularly use them on my lines when I dock, but you can. A lot of people do. But this grappling hook just has this protective cover on it that is nice and pointy to here, so I can really grab a hold of things that I need to that could be a little tougher to get with a wider tip. So a couple things there. Let's see, what else have we done? We got new shrouds on our jib, and we ran new furling lines. We've got new lines to put on for our reefing. Found a couple chafes. So, and those lines, the old ones, so we're going to change those the next time we are sitting still, and pop the main up again. Let's see, I think that's about it for right now that we've done extra. I already said we had the new GPS, the new Garmin, that we're working off of today, waiting for the new nav pod to come in for it. That'll be great. Got all of our screens on, which is nice because it's been so hot. And our kayak is waiting to be put into the water. Our dinghy is waiting to be deployed at some point, probably this weekend. We got the new propane tank finally installed. Thank you, Jim and Deb off of Jungle, good friends of ours. Give Rick his propane tank, his cylinder tank, for his retirement gift. Those folks are just awesome. We love them. And let's see, what else have we done? I'm just kind of looking at her. I think we're just down to the nitpicky things that we've been working on. Oh yeah, I did get a new screen made for my companionway, which makes it much easier to get in and out than, let me get here, than the last one we had. So, and zip it. All the way around, and it drops open for the companionway. So you can be down below, zip it back up, and be up above, zip it back up. Keeps all our bugs and stuff out. The last one, we could not get to it from the inside. It snapped all the way around. The zipper was right into the middle of it, and there was no way to flay it open. So we talked to our guy again and said, hey, can you revise this for us? And that's Lonnie with Canvas Loft. And thank you, Lonnie, for that. He does an awesome job. He did all of our Dodger canvas, Bimini canvas, our screens. He's done all of that. He we raised our stanchions. He did that tubing. Said that we had the higher life rails, which you guys saw in the previous episode. But he's just done some good things for us, and he's been a good friend. So he did my aft shade cover. Again, I'll show you that once we get it back up. The previous owner had left a screen type cover. They did not have a Bimini, they just had the Dodger. And so they had rigged up a shade that went under the sail, and we have figured out a way to use it forward so that all of the cabin windows down here, all those, generate so much heat to cover it and shade the salon and everything. Boy, it's really a big difference. We were surprised when we took it off today just how much of a difference it made. I love it. But what else have we done? I think I've talked about everything else we've done. Anything you could think of?
Recently?
Yeah, the new stuff. The new stuff.
I can't think of anything else that we did. I think you covered it. I can't think of anything new. We had to take our little monitor screen down and trying to figure out what to do with that. The new chart plotter doesn't have a video out to hook up to our in-cabin monitors, so we don't have that. So we're wondering if there was maybe another use we could have for that. So we're thinking about that. It won't be a chart plotter.
Darn, because that comes in handy when you're down in the
Pretty handy when you're down below. So
gains me some more wall space.
That's true. Which is at a premium.
That's premium, it is. You find a small spot, it's premium.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's about it, huh?
Oh, that's about it. We got about 2 hours to go. 14 nautical miles to our destination.
Which is
Port Orchard. We're going to see if we can't hook up with Carl and Marcia.
Jickamungy 2.
And
Jickamungy 2.
Yeah, that. Yeah, Dragonfly.
Dragonfly is what it means.
So anyway, we'll try to get some good quality time with them. Haven't seen them in a while and miss their good senses of humor.
Especially before we leave here at the end of the month.
That's right. We've got basically 6 weeks.
Before we make the left.
Before we make the left.
But we're off of the dock the end of this month. We've let up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do? We did what? Put our notice in what? We put our
notice to vacate
our slip effective the end of this month.
Yeah.
So if we do have some things going on, we can come back and work on them a little bit. We'll take our car to storage the end of the month.
Got another trip to the Tri-Cities the end of the month. So it's going to be a little hectic between there and the 1st. but I think they give us a little cushion. We might have a couple of days after the 1st of August to
Tell you, they've been filling the slips.
We'll see.
You pull out, another one pulls in.
Yeah,
Those slips are getting full quick.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for now, right?
That's it. Well, we do have a new member on our dock. Steve ended up purchasing Tony and Marge's boat, and they moved ashore. And so Steve's on the dock now in Simplicity. So.
And what kind of boat is that?
I can't remember what it is.
Something he's always wanted. He has a kin to.
I don't know.
Is that an Irwin?
I don't know.
Now Carla Marsh's is an Irwin.
Yeah,
What is that? I don't know. I'll find out. We'll put it in here.
Yeah. So that's all I know.
Yep, just a lot of people moving and shaking right now.
And it's that time of year, so it's to be expected.
Today the dock looked pretty. The whole marina was looking pretty sparse.
Yeah, there was a lot of people heading out.
Everybody's out for the holiday.
Yeah, really nice.
And just a personal note, my plants are still doing okay. My cilantro's about done, but everything else is doing well. Okay. Enough rattling for today. We'll try to find some orcas out here somewhere. Try to find some wind, which would be more beneficial than the orcas. But from your standpoint, the orcas would be fun. So, until later, bye.
Well, we just set anchor here in Port Orchard. It's a beautiful day. And on the west side of the Port Orchard Marina, which is over there, is the anchor field, which is not too crowded right now, surprisingly enough. Our friends Carl and Marcia are over in the Port Orchard Marina. They came and met us when we were coming in off of Calvo's Passage, coming through the channels there. They came all the way out there to meet us, so it was really kind of cool to see them coming out. So anyway, we're going to get together with them. We just set the anchor and we're kind of monitoring the drift, make sure that our anchor is dug in properly. Right now the wind's blowing at about 9 knots, so it's comfortable, quite comfortable. I think the wind's going to gust up a little bit between 5 and 7, so now and 7 o'clock it usually picks up to 12 or 13 knots, which isn't much of what we have here. Tide's going to go up a little bit, but not much. Then the low will drop about 9 feet for the low, around 8 or 9 tomorrow morning. So I think we're good. We'll monitor that, and we're going to see if we can't go visit our friends in a little bit.
Hey everybody, we're headed back to Falls Harbor, coming around Blake Island over here on the port side. But up in front of us, looks like we've got a schooner coming at us, really resembling the Lady Washington. So I'll give you a quick look, and then we'll see what it is when we pass each other. We have a lot of crew on board to hoist any sails going up and down that thing, I'm telling you. A lot of work on those. On it. Not sure she's Lady Washington, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't believe it is. No name on it. So that's not the Lady Washington. Lady Washington's bigger anyway. But that's Pretty cool schooner rig.